Hello everyone, this is a Grotesque Dino again. Today I'm going to be doing a review on another Broadway Limited engine. In this case we have two engines here, but I'm really going to just look at one because since they're both exactly the same, but just with different road numbers. These are PRR H10s 280s numbers 8022 and 9915. Both have Paragon 2. I got these quite a while ago. These engines were a little bit expensive, but well, by a little bit I mean somewhat pretty expensive. I got one for 300 and another for 350. I'm not sure where to go online right now, but usually people are trying to sell them at $400 to $500 usually. But I'm okay, got these while I can. I'm not sure when BLI will make these again. They'll probably make them in Paragon 4, but who knows. I'll probably run these until the decoders get driven into the ground, and maybe one day I'll get those Paragon 4s with the more accurate Banshee whistles, because, well, it's been a long time coming, and I've been talking about them in my previous review videos, so I'll show you why the whistles are going to be kind of for me. So, yeah, I'm going to take them out of the box. These boxes are kind of difficult to open with one hand, but, you know, I'll give it a shot. If not, I'll try and put my phone down for a bit. But, yeah, I'll probably just put my phone down. Anyways, yeah, give me one moment. There we go. It's open now. There's the operator's manual. Take a look at that in a minute. And there we are. There's the engine inside the box. It's kind of not that hard to take out of the box, really. But there's the logo. These are tiny little engines. And you might think, well, you know, it's a little 280. It's not supposed to be that big. And I'm like, well, if you compare it to this IHC engine, or AHM, one of the other, I think it's AHM. Yeah, AHM. It's a pretty big, you know, pretty big consolidation. Although I'm pretty sure that the AHM engine is a little smaller in scale to this engine. Yeah, I think that AHM engine is not really to scale compared to this. Although that's supposed to be I think, heavy Mikado. Anyways, this is a little locomotive. The marker lights work. This one somebody put in the buyer I got the lamps to be yellow. Headlight works. I haven't really run the smoke unit since I got it, but I don't really run it anyways. Opening, vent, rear marker lights on the tender work really well. And I really like these engines. These are really fun. These are really great running engines. I mean, I watched a video on YouTube by Broadway about them pulling not cinder blocks, but like those paver bricks that they usually use for old buildings. Here's the Lines West tender. Both of my engines have Line Wests, because these were used on the west side of the, I think, of the mountains. These are rear marker lights and the rear headlight. Legible builders. I think the base of the tenders die cast in the plastic bodies. The rest of the engine, because I could see there's a crease that separates the chassis and the body, because I can feel that I don't know, yeah, it's plastic, but yeah, the water scoop. There's a speaker right there. There's the pickups, and now these wheels are really thick. You know, the lip that I'm making it shine, that's really thick compared to other engines that I have. They really don't have it that thick. I wonder if these are really unique wheels for this engine. And then putting a tether on these can be a little bit fun. They're connected, and the connection is really interesting. It's different than any of the other engines I have. They have this system that's very similar to my Baldwin Sharks, where it's got this L-shaped bracket pointing down into this slot right here that turns, but it makes this realistically close. I'll put it on the track over there. And today, when I run this engine, I'm going to be doing not really a double header, but one in front of my track cleaning car made by Bachmann, and one behind it with the caboose that I have behind my HM engine. Now, looking at what I have, got some spare traction tires with a wrench, and some spare jewel lights for the locomotive. Now, I'm not sure how to put these in, but I'm not going to really do that. So that's that. I'll keep the instruction manual out, so when we run it, we'll also look at the exploded parts diagram to see how this thing's put together, which is probably something new that I do now. And here's the second box, number 9915. Come on. Guess I'm gonna have to do this. Nope. Can I do it with one hand? No, it's not gonna be that easy. It's never too easy, even with model trains. Now this one gave me like a whole bunch of stuff, like a 2-year warranty, but obviously it doesn't work, and it came with a here, I'll show you. It came with this. Look at that, Paragon 2 brass hybrid. I don't know if that's actually Paragon 2. I don't know if they sold these in Paragon 2. There you go. There's the lines east with the regular tender that you see with the it has like the, what's it called, the doghouse. And there's the Paragon 2 Baldwin Sharks. I only have the Paragon 3s, and these are going for a pretty high price right now. A couple of years ago, I think during COVID in 2020, I got 2 Paragon 3 ones for about $250 or so, a little bit less than that, which I think is a great deal. You're getting you're pretty much getting a very well detailed DCC sound diesel for $200, or maybe $180, and like $70 for the dummy unit. Which, if you want, you could probably put a motor in there. I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's a pretty good deal that I got on these. Now they're like $300, so, or more. Some people are trying to sell them on eBay. So I'm probably waiting for the Paragon 4 run once they come out. And I suggest probably other people to do that too, maybe, because they'll definitely have keep alives and whatnot. And if I want to upgrade mine to Paragon 4, shit, I might probably do that too. Operator's manual, and it's pretty much the same thing, just that somebody wrapped it differently. Same thing. Extra lights you can use. There's another bag in here. Oh, yeah, for red and for yellow. And no spare wheels or anything. Let me see if I can get the engine out. There we go. You might be wondering, why did I get 2 of these? It's like, well, why not? These are pretty much my light freight or light duty or maintenance locomotives, so they do a lot of the work around the layout, mainly for track cleaning services. Sometimes I have other trains pull them, but these guys are going to be for my light or branch line locomotives. They'll probably be working in tandem with each other, one probably pulling a passenger, or these will be dual service for light passenger and commuter works and some other stuff. But also they can be used for as a heritage engine for, like, tourists and whatnot. If I could get maybe custom heritage coaches, because the timeline it's weird for my railroad. Some people are like, well, it's not really realistic. I'm like, well, it's supposed to be eventually, modern stuff, but back in time. So it's like having a time machine, but like there's also tourism and whatnot. So it's like a mix of old and new. There's a garbage truck outside or something smashing stuff around. This one did not have the The front marker lights changed. They're red and yellow. Red in the front, yellow on the sides. Just fine. I usually have this as the secondary engine. If I want, I could have it probably facing backwards too if I wanted to. So that would work. And then the tender. Now, I as far as I can remember, before turning these on, they when you turn on the headlight, I think all the marker lights turn on with the headlight. So it's it's like a one and done thing. You can't separately control them. Well, I'm not sure if you could change that. Probably not. But if I got Paragon 4, maybe that might change it. Probably not, but that's okay. I like these engines the way they are now. I just wish the whistle was more like a Banshee whistle, not really like a old Lionel version. I mean, a lot of people say Paragon 3's, oh, not Paragon 3, but Paragon 2 was like one of the better sounding and better running engines than Paragon 3 and Paragon. But since Paragon 4 came around and I got my Hudson, that Keep Alive, oh my gosh, it makes a world of difference compared to Paragon 3's engine. Just, even though this is an oval and I clean it, it's a real pain in the butt. And I got my engine back from my K4, and it has a Keep Alive in it, but it's not as like grandeur as like amazing as the Paragon 4 engine that I got. It's probably like maybe a second or two too late to keep the sounds and the engine running from, I guess, dirty spots that need to be cleaned up. And I'll probably do a heavy, I'll probably get my alcohol pads and just really wipe down each rail around a couple of alcohol pads to clean up the track by hand, even though it's just an oval, so. But who knows? It could be the Bachmann track. But as far as I know, the Bachmann track is holding up pretty well over almost 2 years. Almost 2 years? No, almost a year now. I'd say almost a year now. So it's doing all right. Anywho, let me get these engines hooked up. I'm gonna have to do this by two hands because they're not finicky, but they're kind of a pain in the butt, similar to the Q2, but not as bad. So here you get to look at this face down. Can use that as a intermittent session, except I don't have the weird music playing in the background. Well, not really weird, but like the intermission music that they usually play at movie theaters. You don't have a big enough budget or time or patience to really do that kind of stuff yet. If I get more into this, I just do this for fun, really. But yeah, these things can be quite finicky. I made sure to have my smoke units off since I don't really use them. All right, so they're both hooked up, and all wheels are on the track. These are really good engines. It's just a shame that they cost so much. Hopefully, again, I would like to see Paragon 4 H10s, but the closest that they have is those the new Paragon 3 ones that they came out recently, the consolidations, which is basically without these H10s without the Bell Pair firebox, which I think is, silly. And I mean, if you want a consolidation, these are pretty solid runners. I mean, these are pre-owned, and they took really good care of the previous owners. There's like nothing. They basically look so identical, except the numbers are different. And they were kept in great condition, and they run pretty well, really beautifully. So yeah, I don't like replacing these things on these, so I just use alcohol wipes. Now some people are like, oh, you can't use alcohol wipes. Like, look, during COVID, this is all I could get, and I haven't seen any damage to my wheels, or my engines, or anything to my rails. They actually keep it really nice and clean. Although I would wish there was more pressure downwards on this on the track when I do these. So I usually just get these Publix wipes, or if you live somewhere else, Target, whatever, I don't know. Just get one of these alcohol wipes. If you have a Bachmann tank car like this, or that has a track cleaning mechanism similar to this, I would just put a pad. Just lightly tap it a bit so that it sticks to the pad, so that it's like that. And then you just go like this. Make sure you have your power off. And this is funny because whenever I have this alcohol pad on here, it's alcohol. It doesn't really cause any bridge connections. And no, it doesn't short anything or anything like that. It shouldn't. It's pure. There's no impurities in it like iron or whatnot to really cause any shortages or whatnot. So I found it weird one time when I was trying to use my track cleaner behind my Paragon 3 engine, and went whoosh. I'm like, are you serious? That makes no sense. But who knows? The code's fixed, and I haven't had an issue with any other engine with this track cleaning car with my setup to how I clean my track. So I think it's the coder that just decided, you know what? I don't like shorting out. I'm going to die now. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. So that was the Paragon 3 K4S that I had. So let's start these up. That one's having fun. I don't know what's wrong with number 8022. Let's see what... see if it runs. Okay, that's weird. Oh. So I don't know why the light's flashing a bit. The other one seems to be fine. This one's just acting weird. That's some of the sounds, but we'll go into operator's manual. This is for 822. Don't know why the light's flashing. I don't see any shorts. Probably my connection. Let me just check the connection between the tender. It's probably not pushed all the way. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Anyhow, we'll continue. Maybe it's just that the track is dirty. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. I'll probably just take off 80-20 so that nothing happens. Alright, so it's just a pushing engine today. That's a shame. Because I really wanted to run 2 engines. Both these, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to send another engine to get, well, if I get repaired, it's probably gonna, I probably want to upgrade it after that. Alright, so let's get number 9915. I don't even know what that clicking noise is. I know it's not that, so let's turn it up. And as we read the manual, this is our exploded parts diagram. It's got a can motor, different than my T1s. T1's got like a dual-sided flywheel geared system on the motor. This one is one-sided. Really great motor. It runs really well. The engine runs really nice at slow speeds. That wheel's different. It's got the separate system to put that together. And then the tender's got there's a tender. Looks like there's a big ass capacitor in there too. And that's that. If you want to look at that more, I would pause the video. I'm not sure if the It'll show up that well, but that's that. This is some of the stuff. Some of the CVs. If you want, you could probably look up online. So we got headlight, which headlight's supposed to be off, but for some reason Paragon 2 is weird. Got the bell. Got F2, which is the whistle. Yeah, it's not that close. But the Paragon 3 on my K4 is really close. That has an alternative whistle with Banshee. Coupler slack, air pump. I don't know why. They already do the sounds. I don't know why. It's weird. I don't understand Paragon 2 as much. It seems to already play these sounds. Got blowdown, F5. Water fills, F6. F7 smoke, but we're not going to run that as usual. Mute is F8. Setup shutdown was F9. H10s coal shover, auger, which they're already doing. Water injectors are F11, which for some reason the sounds already play, all of them, except maybe the other stuff like farm, industrial, radio, and maintenance sounds, and freight announcements. I haven't really seen what Paragon 2's flight announcements are, so we're going to check them out. It's basically Paragon 3. And then you got like the special whistle where you go like this. I don't really like it. The special whistle when you hold down, you press F fast and you hold down the F again. I don't know, personally I don't like it. That whistle. But it's alright. The other whistle doesn't sound that great. Because it doesn't make sense for a small engine like this. Alright, so we're going to see if she makes it around the lap. Because I know I cleaned it, but we'll see what she does. Because these engines usually run really well on my track. I got turn off. And there goes the track cleaning train. The sounds for the H10, just the regular chuffing, sound really great. Although they are generic with all, I guess, Paragon 2. Not all of them, but I guess I can't say all. I would say most. And the reason why I say that is because, well, it's true. Because my Q2 has pretty much the same sound, but like doubled because it's it's got two sets of pistons. It's not articulated, and it's not compound because it's. Hold on. It's stuck back there because my track's close to that. I never had an engine get that close, but when you have animals, they knock shit around, especially when you have a cat. Because one time I had my MTH cars, just sitting on the track, waiting, and at night I guess he was trying to jump up to this window, smacks that stuff around, and I see my cars anymore. I'm so happy that they didn't break, because I would have been really mad. And I'm like, why do we have this cat if he's gonna break stuff? I mean, it doesn't matter if you put him in boxes or whatnot. If your cat wants to mess with something, he's gonna mess with it. The cat's gonna mess with it. I mean, unless it's in there, but, well, I like to mix and match stuff. That's why I have this stuff out, because, you know, when you have a lot of freight cars, you want to make a nice freight console. It's got to go in there. I'm a little bit lazy, is what I'm saying. Got to go in there. Got to get them out of their boxes. Then I got to put them back in the right boxes. Yada, yada, yada. So I'm going slow, so I'll go around half speed. And again, these are really nice engines. Yeah, they got the traction tires. But I think besides that, I think what they were trying to demonstrate in that video, that with the Paragon 2 engines that Broadway were showing, regardless of the tires, they can haul. I mean, these were pretty, in real life, these were pretty heavy-duty little engines. These are probably one of the biggest consolidated engines ever. Now, I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but like in America, these are huge. These are huge, you know, consolidation engines. They're huge, big. Their boiler's huge. The firebox is pretty big. But they're small. They're so tiny. It's a tiny thing. Two of these engines are pretty much the same length as my Q2. Somewhat, pretty close. But two of these engines right behind each other, yeah, they're pretty much the same length as my Q2. It's amazing how small these engines are. And they're great. It's just that the price makes me frown a bit. Although if you can get one for $300 or less, I think that's a fine deal. Because these are really great engines, and I'm guessing they're very popular. Obviously, because people are trying to sell them for a lot of money, and whenever I see them, people try to get them. But I got these for a pretty good deal, and I'm happy about that, because I'm not spending $400 for, you know, a consolidated engine. Now I know the one that I bought for $350 was definitely a bit too high, because that's how much I paid pretty much for my brand new, well, not really brand new, but like refurbished K4 Streamline. And that's a bigger engine than this. I mean, to be honest. And really, this engine should probably be around $250 to be comfortable. I mean, it'll be great for $200, but, you know, they're not going to make a switcher with smoke and DCC sound for, like, well, it's not really a switcher, but it could do both duties. It could do anything. That's what's great about consolidated engines. They can do anything. Again, a really great running engine. Usually when I clean the track, I just let it do maybe 5-10 laps, and then I switch the pad, turn it upside down so I can clean up whatever dirt, so I'm not just pushing dirt around. When it comes back around, we'll have it stop. But yeah, I think these engines were built 6-7 years ago. I'm not sure. I know that's the last time they made these. They didn't make Paragon 3 versions of these, and I think that was a good idea. Although some people are like, well, I wanted them to come back again. I'm like, well, you got the consolidations, but, you know, those are not accurate to Pennsylvania, and I know they didn't make any Pennsylvania ones. Because, I don't know, Pennsy likes to make their own stuff, you know. So when this comes back close to this re-railer, I'll stop it. Hopefully they do make these again. I don't know if I'll get another one, because I'm pretty sure they're going to try and sell it for $400 like that new ATSF. Which is interesting, because the 10-wheeler, the Hippos, the I1SA, is being listed for $400 as well. But I'll probably wait for lower prices. I only have one that's PFM, but anyways, these are really solid locomotives. They're really well built. Definitely, I wouldn't say as good as they're advertised, but on the video because it's a little bit exaggerated, but they are pretty good. Anywho, this is the end of my review video for the H10s. These are really great locomotives. Try and get one at a good deal as you can. And this is Grotesque Dino signing out once again.